Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Hunt Ready. Got a shipment in the mail here from No BS Lures, and thought I'd do a quick video here on some of the K9 Extreme Juniors that I've used in the past, and then the one that I ordered a dozen of these to try out this year. Basically, the trap is the same. A few things Kendall's modified on this one to make it a little bit different, and one of the reasons why I wanted to give it a try. So you guys know I love No BS Lures, their traps. Every trap that I've used of his has just been phenomenal. They're very well built and priced pretty good. So, and they're made in America. So that's a big plus for me. But he's got several variations of the juniors, and I've used, well, after I use this one, I'll have used pretty much all of them. You'll see like one common thing in all my Coyote traps is I use 4-coil. I like 4-coiled traps. In my opinion, there's no reason not to use a 4-coil trap if you can set it. They're just harder to set, but they'll come up through frozen ground a lot better. So that's how it is here in Illinois. It's freeze thaw, freeze thaw. So something that I can get to come out of the ground really fast and not have to worry about it being frozen. They will freeze in, but you got more power for them to come out of the ground. So that's why I use 4-coil. Like I said, if you can set a 4-coil trap, there's really no reason not to use 4-coil traps, in my opinion. So let's go through kind of this evolution here that I've went through and just kind of show you the little differences in some of the No BS Juniors. So the first year I started, or that I tried Kendall's traps, I've just got it's 4-coil offset. There's no lamination on this trap at all. And you can see this trap's, what you see flaking off of there is wax. That's not bare metal that you can see there. This trap's kind of been sitting around for a while. But this trap is, I don't even know how old this trap is. So it's been put through the ringer, and that black powder coating really holds up. That's probably the #1 reason why I like Kendall's traps, is it cuts trap prep in half. He's already got them coated. I wax them. That's all I do. So you'll see this trap hasn't been set in the dirt, but these two were set last year. And then these new ones I'll kind of prep a little bit. So that's probably gonna be the next video I'm gonna do. Is I see a ton of questions out there for what, how do you prep the No BS traps? So I'll kind of go through how I prep these traps before season, and what I do to clean them up before I wax them. So stay tuned for that video. But back to this guy here. Like I said, cuts trap prep in half. It's already coated, just wax it. That's all I'm gonna do to this. So you'll see how that goes. But I pressure wash them and then wax them. But so no big secret there. But so like I said, this one here is 4-coiled. It's offset, but it does not have any lamination. And then it's got your regular crunch proof swivels on here, and the super stakes from Kendall, he coats these also, and just makes these hold up really good. The super stakes, in my opinion, is the best method for me to stake these down in the ground, and then also fairly easily remove them. But so that's that. That's the basically your your standard junior here, other than it's 4-coiled. You can get 2-coiled, and the 2-coiled are a lot easier to set. If you see my Hunt Ready kit that I got through Iron Trail, I used the 2-coil for that kit just because it's, especially if it's somebody's first time setting these traps, these 4-coiled, they are pretty difficult to set, I guess, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. So the 2-coils set a lot easier. And then worst case, if you buy a 4-coil, you can always take the outside coils off. So I like to run 4-coil, and like I said, that's the pretty much stock, no BS. And then we'll jump up here. This is the after I went with those, then I ordered some of these. Basically the same trap, just outside lamination. So you can see that on the jaw there. Just makes the jaw thicker and gives more area to hold that leg. 4-coiled again. This one does need cleaned up and prepped. Now, this is obviously made a catch. When I pull my traps, I separate my traps from ones that made catches and ones that did not. And I will not, I mean, unless they're covered in mud, like balled up in mud, but I won't re-treat those traps this season if they didn't make a catch. So this one's still got some fur in the jaw. You can tell this one made a catch. So this one's gonna get prepped up. And when I pulled these in the winter, the super stakes did not come out of the ground. So always have your J-hooks and be able to remove your traps that way. Your J-hook tools, sorry. So this one also has the crunch-proof swivels on here. So kind of a step up just because it's been laminated, outside laminated, from the standard No BS Junior there. So after several years of running those, I think I can't remember how long I've been running these. These are the Kendall's Choice. This one here is called the No BS K9 Extreme Junior Kendall's Choice. Basic same trap as this one, as far as it's, you know, all mine are offset jaws, and then outside laminated, 4-coil. You know, this one's gonna get cleaned up and prepped for this season. I don't do trap prep too early in the year because you know, that's just more time for your traps to sit and collect odors on the wax. So I kind of wait till about now, probably early October, so I'll start doing them. But the main difference on this one, on the Kendall's Choice, is the swivel method. Now these have JC Connor rod swivels here instead of those crunch proof. And when I started using these, I noticed immediately that I liked them better than these crunch proof, just because you can kind of see here, these bed so much easier. It can lay pretty much flat on the trap there. These swivels just bed superior to those crunch proof in my opinion. And the it'll have two swivels. One's got just a J-hook in case you need to remove your anchor. And then again, super stakes. I like the ones from Kendall. I have some that have just your standard super stakes from, like, I think Minnesota Trap Line, but the ones you get from Kendall have better chain, and then they're coated. So even if you're not running the No BS traps, these super stakes are better than any of them you can get on the market with this coating and this chain. But so these JC Connor rod swivels, this was by far my favorite setup on these juniors with that rod swivel on there. You can see it's just plain simple. It just works really good and beds super easy. So There's that one. Now this year, I ordered another dozen, and I tried the K9 Extreme Junior Pros. So the Pros have a couple differences versus like the Kendall's Choice. Again, 4-coil, offset, outside lamination. You cannot go wrong with that setup on any trap. 4-coil, outside lamination, and offset jaws is just a great trap for coyotes, bobcats, fox, whatever. So the main difference on this, it has upgraded springs. So it's got number 3 springs on this. So I set it. I didn't notice like it was any more difficult to set than these standard ones. So upgraded number 3 springs on this trap. And then the biggest thing that I wanted to try on these, so these have 1,500 pound barrel swivels. So these swivels right here, you can kind of see that. That's going to lay, hopefully that's going to bed pretty easy. The biggest thing on this one, and these JC Connors are good too. They don't really get tangled up with grass. You guys know those crunch proof swivels, they just get plugged up with grass really, really easy. I have not noticed that with those JC Connors. And then also I'm looking forward to see how these perform. But they just look really slick. Heavy duty swivels. There's two of them pretty close to each other there. One right off the base plate, one in the middle of the chain, and then followed up by a JC Connor right there where your stake attaches. So these ought to swivel really, really good. And then these are right out of the box. So when I go through on my trap prep video, I'll show you guys what I do for these traps right out of the box. That's another thing I see a ton of questions on. You know, setting pan tension and all that. Pan tension's high right out of the box with non-waxed traps on these, and I think people get frustrated with that, but it's really super simple to get these you know, down in that 3 to 5 pound range, which is where I like it. And I'm not super fussy about it. You know, guys will sit there with their pan testers and check that for, I don't even know, it seems like people get carried overboard with trying to set their pan tension to whatever magic number they think they got. You know, I mean, I'm happy with anywhere from 3 to 7 pounds is perfect in my opinion. So I don't get super carried away with that, but you will bring down the pan tension quite a bit when you wax these. And if you just wax the whole trap, it just, you know, it just lubricates everything, and it's a faster trap. I think they work better when it's really cold out when they're waxed. So I followed Kendall's advice when I first started buying these. I waxed the entire trap. Some guys, you can just take some bow wax and put on that contact point between the pan and the jaw, but waxing the whole thing I think works out a lot better in my opinion. So stay tuned for that. I'll go through how I set these traps up start to finish. Pre-season trap prep on these No BS Juniors. So once again guys, appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next one.